Hi, welcome back to Learning Adventures. This is the last episode in our series on reducing the induction bloat, where we've got our induction programs have gone out of control. They started out at 5 modules. Somehow over the years, they've become 15 modules, all compliance training, and people are clicking like mad trying to get to the end, but they're spending hours doing it, and we may have hundreds of people going through depending on the size of the organization. And we really want to have a look and go, well, how do we get rid of all that bloat and bring it back? So far we've talked about the problem and how the problem occurs, the importance of doing the audit, theming and grouping our topics around themes, creating engaging e-learning, how we bring things to life in an engaging way so that they're memorable. Today I want to talk about a case study of a project the Poncho team and I worked on in the rail industry. So we had a client come to us who had 15 plus e-learning modules, as well as a full day face-to-face program as part of their induction. And it was taking their learners hours and hours and hours to finish the online component as well as the full day session. And they came to us saying there must be a better way. So what we did is started with our audit, looking at what have they got here. We pulled all the programs apart, went back to the learning objectives and pulled them all apart and said, okay, this is what we've got. We then themed those around logical themes within what was in there. So for example, one of them was working on track. And in that episode, it covered terminology, an introduction to the industry. It started on different roles. It talked about aspects of compliance. It talked about rail infrastructure. It talked about how various rail companies interact. So one theme can be used to cover multiple topics. And the way we did this, the way we brought this to life was we modeled it off something like an episode of Better Homes and Gardens, or if you're old enough, Burke's Backyard, or The Project or something, where they might have this 5-minute segment where a presenter is talking to people, asking them questions, and the presenter draws out all that information from these subject matter experts in a really engaging way. And when you think about it, if you watch something like Better Homes and Gardens where they have a segment, you might sit there in 5 minutes, learn everything there is to know about azaleas or building a pergola. It'll show you the whole process end to end. It'll talk about the materials. It'll talk about all these things. They can cram in lots and lots and lots of information in a very short amount of time because they're very succinct, and they script it down to this is what we're trying to cover and this is how we get it in the shortest possible way. So when we are designing something like this, the script is super important. Taking that training need, looking at it in the context of the overall theme, and then scripting out something that covers each and every topic within that theme in a really succinct way. That way, if we are shooting media pieces to go into the induction program, we are 100% sure that we are covering every single item and we are hitting the key points. And what this does for the learning experience is it gives a very familiar, a very friendly, and a very warm way for someone new to this company or this industry to take in a whole lot of information in a very short amount of time. And this is how we can massively reduce these huge induction programs, but also really improve engagement and retention of the knowledge within those programs. So if that sounds like something of interest to you and you or your team would like support in developing a really engaging induction program that gets rid of all the bloat, that is succinct, cuts time and gives people something that both they can remember and apply, but also really models best practice, values, culture and behavior within your organization, we would love to help. Get in touch. That's it from me, and that's it for the induction series. Thanks for your time. Have a great week. See you later.